Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. You've heard if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. Well, we live in a cycle, not just cycles of seasons and cycles of life, but cycles of a belief and a result. What you believe becomes what you receive. Most people are aware that their beliefs influence their actions and that changing their beliefs can lead to different results. However, what many people don't realize is just how powerful beliefs can be in shaping our lives. Our beliefs act as filters. Our beliefs determine what we see and what we don't see, what we pay attention to and what we ignore. Our beliefs also affect how we interpret the events that do occur, affecting how they make us feel. Our beliefs play a major role in determining the kind of life that we live. If we want to change our lives, if we want to change what's going on in our life, our circumstances, the outcome, the results, the life that we're living, then it is essential that we change our beliefs. Many people try changing their behavior, but that doesn't stick because the beliefs get in the way. If you had a magic wand that would grant you any wish, how would your life be different? What would your ideal life look like? Everything starts in your mind, in your imagination, and you can have a beautiful imagination that brings you all kinds of wonderful thoughts, which lead to different feelings, which lead to taking different behavior. But if we don't use our imagination to think of what we want, we end up just revolving in circles around bringing in the same type of outcomes. Because our results, if we trace it back, our results are caused by our actions and our behaviors, which started out with thinking patterns. And our thinking patterns are what we believe is possible, what we believe to be true about the world, about what we believe about ourselves. We think in pictures. If I asked you to think about your kitchen, you could tell me where your fridge is, what the counters are like, what's on the counter, which direction your window is looking out, and what you see outside your window. You could tell me what color the walls are, where your kitchen table is. You have pictures in your mind. You could be at work daydreaming about a beautiful vacation. You could be thinking about being on a beach and the sunshine, the palm trees, the water. You could be on vacation and thinking about what's going on at work and worrying if you're doing enough, if the boss notices you, if your coworkers are covering for you. You could be at work and worrying about what your children are doing, if they're being cared for in daycare or at school. Or you could just be holding on to a resentment, an anger, a worry, something that is hurting you, even if it happened 20 or 30 years ago. The pictures in your mind can become a virtual reality. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "We become what we think about all day long." Your mind is like an electronic switching station. What you think, what you get emotionally involved with, is what comes back to you. The energy that you put out through your thinking, through your actions, you can tell how you're thinking by how you're feeling. If you're calm, at ease, eagerly expecting wonderful things to show up, or if you're hurt, angry, resentful, there's a totally different energy than going one direction or the other. So if you're in a state of resentment or feeling lack and limitation, your body vibrates in that energetic field and it attracts to you more things, more people, more circumstances that are in that like energy, that are similar. Like begets like. Your mind can be in a confused state, and confusion causes feelings that we don't appreciate, but it might be just a habit pattern based on a programmed belief system. So if we go back to thinking about your kitchen, if it's a mess, it's more challenging to find things. It makes you feel uncomfortable. When you have order in your mind, you can have order in your life. And order is heaven's first law. When I talk about seeing your kitchen, those images come to your mind because there's a group of cells in your brain that are cells of recognition. When I say kitchen or refrigerator, table, counter, the words trigger cells that contain an image, and that image flashes on the screen of your mind. If you have a list of words like spoon, coffee cup, hot air balloon, automobile, you activate the cells of your brain that contain these images and they flash on the screen of your mind. When you think about a person that hurt you, or an overwhelming workload, or something going on in your life that is distressing, that activates feelings in your body, and it causes you to continue thinking in a patterned loop. I want you to start thinking differently. The mind functions on two levels. In order to bring order to your mind, I just want to talk about your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind. That's where you have your intellect, where you're interpreting through your five senses everything that's going on in your outside world. What you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. You can make sense of that. You can understand. You might hear music. You might see the traffic as you're driving to work. You smell baking when you walk in the house. You touch an animal and you can feel the soft fur. These are all your physical senses. We have a subconscious mind that is keeping us alive, that is beating our heart, that is breathing, circulating our blood, taking care of our digestive system. All our organs are working in perfect sync without us consciously thinking about it. But our subconscious mind also replays the past. It holds on to memories in every cell of our being of where someone hurt us or where we didn't do what we said we were going to do. And it causes pain and anxiety. It causes us to say, oh, I can't do something better because these are the results I got in the past. When we understand that the subconscious mind has been programmed with beliefs of people who wanted to keep us safe, our loved ones, our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, and they taught us, look both ways before you cross the street. Don't touch a hot stove. Do this, don't do that. And we took these things in and used them in our little life to remain safe, to not get hurt, to not take risks. But sometimes those patterns keep us stuck. They hold us back. We think, oh, I could never build that business. I could never bring in the money that I really need. I could never do what someone else is doing. And we have all kinds of beliefs, even if they're not true. Maybe they were true when you were 3 years old or 13 years old. But at 40, 50, 60 years old, those beliefs are just keeping you stuck. They're holding you back from using that magic wand to decide how your ideal life would look. When we understand that the subconscious mind is only doing its job and that there's a filter like guards holding on to those old programs just to keep us safe, we can say, ah, I understand, but that's okay. That was then, this is now. It's important to start to believe in yourself, to believe in abundance, to start to practice a new way of thinking. And as you start a new way of thinking, that changes your energy, it changes the old beliefs, and beliefs are caused by repetition of the same thinking patterns over and over and over, and emotionalizing. So you might have had an emotional impact that caused you to want to never do a certain thing again, or not to believe in something that is possible for you. If you were alive when the Twin Towers fell in New York on September 11th, you have that memory in every cell of your being. Something negative happened, it holds you back for good, unless and until you change the meaning and realize that that was in the past And there is a beautiful, wide open future for you. We want to start practicing using our mind to bring in cells of recognition and pattern a new picture in our mind of what the ideal would be like. Vibration is a natural law of the universe. Everything vibrates. Nothing rests. We literally live in an ocean of motion. Your body is a molecular structure in a very high speed of vibration. Your mind is the greatest power in all creation. And instead of letting it go all over the place, create order in your mind. Start to use it for yourself instead of against yourself. Start to use your mind to bring in cells of recognition for that ideal that you do want. Your central nervous system is a nerve passageway. And we live on 3 planes of understanding. You are a spiritual being with an intellect living in a physical body. And you can relax that physical body and use your conscious mind, your intellect, to start to think about what you really want. If you had a magic wand that would grant you any wish, what would your ideal life look like? If you're just starting out a new business, what does it look like now that it's bringing in beautiful customers and you're serving your community and money is pouring in? You've hired people that can take care of the business so you can go on a holiday. You're serving the community from your heart, and you have plenty of time for yourself to enjoy life, to raise a family, to take a vacation, to leave a legacy, to enjoy leisure time. What would that feel like? You have the ability to create dreams, to originate ideas, to discover solutions. And this energy is flowing into your conscious mind. As you become emotionally involved with your dreams, as you move them from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, that starts to program a new pattern, a new feeling. The subconscious mind is in every cell of your body. So the vibration of your entire body is altered with the emotional involvement of your dream. Imagine that you're already living your ideal. The vibrational energy of feeling how wonderful your life is. You have time and money freedom. You are divinely protected, divinely loved. The spirit inside of you wants to express itself physically It wants to enjoy more good. The vibrations in your body are in every cell. They're vibrating in harmony with that beautiful picture, and they are attracting to you everything that vibrates in harmony with you. As you are open to receive, you start to get an idea. You're thinking from that place of already being accomplished. You're already living the ideal. From that place, you already are healthy, happy, abundantly blessed, financially blessed. You start to get ideas. You're thinking from that place. Now you can connect the dots backwards of anything that you had to go through to become the person that has the goal. You get an idea to move you forward. And as you take action, your new actions create a reaction in the universe. You are healthy, you are happy, you are wealthy. Your subconscious mind is in control of your body. You're excited for new opportunities that today will bring. High quality clients are flowing in to sign up to work in your business, to pay you. How are you acting? What are you emotionally involved with? What kind of ideas are you thinking? Write down anything that has popped into your mind as you're thinking from that beautiful ideal. You can set it as a goal, a destination. That's where you're going. And as you write about how it feels to already be there, maintain that feeling as long as possible. Maintain the feeling of being abundantly blessed. No matter the outside circumstances, everything is temporary. So those circumstances will change as you focus on your ideal, as you feel the time and money freedom, as you feel abundantly blessed, as you feel worthy and loved and respected, as you become emotionally involved with your ideal, and you practice breathing into this, allowing it to happen. Since your conscious mind thinks and your subconscious mind executes what's expressed upon it, it expresses itself through the body. Your body is simply an instrument of your mind. It's an expression of what you've been thinking. The subconscious mind is your emotional mind, and what's going on in your emotional mind determines your actions. The conditions, circumstances, and environment have no bearing on what's going to happen in your future. You do not have to go by what you currently see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. And the past is the past. Let it go. You have the ability to originate a beautiful image of what you would like your ideal to be. And by impressing that picture upon your subconscious mind, letting yourself get emotionally involved with that image will ultimately move into form with and through you. That's how everything happens. You have a thought, you get emotionally charged, you take action, and you receive results. And the results confirm your belief. You must believe that your ideal, that picture that you saw in your mind, the pictures of your ideal, when you're relaxed, because you get a picture in your mind of what you really desire, that is possible for you. You wouldn't have the picture in your mind unless it was meant for you. Believe that it's possible. Start thinking more about how you got there, not how it can happen. Don't worry about how. Don't think about, I have to do this and then that. Think from the end. Think thoughts of gratitude. It's easy. It's flowing. I know it's meant for me. Thinking from, I already have it. That will change your behavior. That will cause you to take new actions, which will create a different result in your life. Believe it's possible. If we want to change our lives, then it is essential that we change our beliefs. Everything is possible. Use the power of your mind to get that ideal. Start thinking from the end and take action on the ideas that come to you. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Do something today that will take you to your ideal. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.